Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social, in association with William Hill, Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined by world champion Sonny Edwards. First off, Sonny, how are we?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, Timber, I don't know whose camera that was.
Is that yours?
Oh, there we go, that's alright then.
Yeah, things all good.
Yeah, good, can't complain. Obviously here for Lyndon's fight. Should have been maybe a bigger night, obviously disappointing. You know, the news that broke yesterday, but you know, he's a prize fighter, he's here to do a job, and one I'm confident he's going to do well.
You both always get behind each other. You can tell that you've got a really good bond. How is Lyndon been since to pull out? Because it seems like it's such bad luck when he's on the cusp of getting that IBO, which will open doors for bigger fights for him.
Lyndon's laid back. He's not really in his character or nature to get too bothered or fazed by things. It is what it is. His opponent came all this way, weighed in. It's just one of those boxing things. I think, you know, Lyndon's in a very, very good position. Obviously, albeit come through tonight and, you know, hopefully get the IBO in the next one. You know, he's a very marketable fighter. He's very well known. He's got a great win against Yard, a couple of good other wins as well. Now he's got Channel 5, a great platform behind him. He's getting regular fight nights. You know, he's in a great place for really, and ranked high in the world. Was ranked as high as #1 with WBO at one point. So, yeah, I think Lyndon really could push on for a massive 2023.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying to him the other day, massive exposure as well, Channel 5 free to air. So many eyes on him. He will only grow from this no matter what. Let's come on to you. I feel like we've not heard any Sonny Edwards news for a long time. We keep asking you when, and I'm sure you're getting pissed off because you want to just fight, and you kept calling out champions, calling out names. Where are we at with it? Before we talk about names, where are we at with it?
No, there's...
Drop us a little summer.
If I did it, wouldn't be on Boxing Social.
That is cold. Go on.
In all seriousness, it's one of those where there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Can't talk too much. I don't want to block my blessings. I don't want to, you know, preempt anything. But there's some very exciting conversations happening behind the scenes. Been a bit frustrating, been a bit longer than what I wanted, but you know, I'm in a voluntary state right now. I can pick my next opponent within reason, so aiming again at the big fights. But you know, we might have to, you know, make one fight to get there or something. So it's not, you know, dealing with world title fights isn't a 6-rounder in your cool. You know, like that's one phone call done and done. When you're trying to fight, unify. Get the ring involved, etc., etc. There's a lot that goes to it. There's a lot of spinning plates. So I know I'm in good hands, and I know that sooner rather than later I'm going to have some, hopefully, real exciting news as well. Because, like I said, the conversations genuinely have been exciting.
Because you've been wanting it. It's not like you've been sat quiet. You've been saying, look, give me Martinez. Come on, just give me him. Give me him. Like. But now you're confident that we are going to get them big fights, even if you do have to have one before. Like, there's no doubt. Like you're feeling in a much better place than you did a few months ago.
Well, is it because I'm getting closer to them specific fights, or is it because I'm getting to a date where, you know, if they haven't really come, then I'm going my own different route, and it might surprise people what I end up doing. You know, there's there's a lot of opportunities for someone that wins flyweight world titles easy and then blows up to 64 kilo in the same 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of opportunity for that fighter that sort of has won everything at ease so far, and it gets in the ring sparring against all these other weights higher, and they still don't. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I've got a lot of opportunity right now, and I want to do it the most strategic flyweight, super flyweight, bantam, super bantam. But will that happen? Who knows? Because so far the opponents have been hard to come by. Proper fights, proper opponents anyway.
I want to talk about Charlie. I interviewed him earlier, and he said sort of the way his career's gone, he's had a long time out the ring and he's been through a lot of stuff. And he said he felt like he was almost a guinea pig for things that are happening. He goes, I fought Casimiro, took bad paydays, and obviously as soon as he's come up behind me, now got a world title, and he's seen all that. Have you sort of learnt the business a little bit by seeing maybe what your brother's gone through, or maybe seeing things that have gone on behind the scenes? Has that helped you, giving you a bit of game sort of ahead of you coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've learned from all of Charlie's mistakes. I think he's made a lot of them, and I think he still continues to make them. boxing career. Well, I'll be real. I'll tell him the same. I could say and really start offending people the mistakes I think he made, but I don't have to do that. I like to see that he's got a bit more confidence now. He's mentioning that maybe he could get in the ring with me. I mean, he stopped sparring me for his camps when I was about 17, 18, so I don't know where the confidence has come from. But yeah, he mentioned that, and he also mentioned that right at this very, very moment, I'm world champion, kind of hinting that might not be for too long. So who knows? It's quite fun. It's quite fun right now between me and my brother. We love each other. We get on, but I think
so what's there in its competitive spirit?
I've lived in his shadow. I existed in his shadow from when I was 9 years old as a starting boxer. My brother was European champion when I was 10, 11. My brother was GB when he was 15 and I was 12 losing. All of this, I've lived in my brother's shadow. But, you know, since the 1st of May when I woke up as world champion, I think my brother struggled with it a little bit. But I like the eye of the tiger's back in him. I like that he's got the hunger. But when your brother is potentially an all-time great, you know what I mean? It's hard. I can imagine what he does. Like, Charlie's a very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. He's only, you know, been... I don't even want to use the word exposed. He's only shown any sort of human level of fighting against Casemiro and Martinez, in my opinion. He's won everything else. Very easy. But he's a very good fighter. Yeah. And I'm a very great fighter. And that's the difference.
You know what? He said when I spoke to him, we were having a chat off camera and on camera, he says, you know what, I think maybe his dad would like to see this happen. Maybe he would like to see you two in the ring and fighting. And he goes, I said, what, and you do that? And he goes, yeah. He goes, and you know what he actually spoke about? You've just said it there. You lived in his shadow, and he goes, he saw you become world champion and felt like he'd sort of dropped behind kind of thing. So there's that competitive edge. So would you never rule out you two sharing? Because as much as it's personal, that is mega.
I'll say one thing.
That is mega.
I don't know how much he'd actually want to share the ring with me. He won't even go on my undercard. Why do you think he boxed for so long?
No, but would you ever consider it, honestly?
I've wanted to fight Charlie my whole life. Like, so it's only now he started saying it. But don't be like, you're not answering me like new question. I've told him for a long time. Like, let's put it this way. I had a first world title defense. You know, Charlie, I want to get some sparring. You know, you've got you and Paul Butler in your gym. You know, let's link up some sparring. 3 phone calls, 4 phone calls, 5 phone calls. Yeah, never got invited down Joe Gallagher's gym sparring.
You haven't got a great relationship with Joe, though. I think last time we interviewed...
I haven't got no relationship with Joe. None at all. What I think about him doesn't matter. What I think about him as a trainer, as a person, doesn't matter. I don't know him. Do I think he's a good trainer? It's not for me to decide. One thing I do know is... I was blocked from sparring my brother and another fighter. I take that shit personally. Yeah. I had a world title fight coming up. You're on my undercard, Paul Butler. My brother's in the gym, can't even get a spar. Take it personally. So for me, Joe Gallagher's a bit of a muppet, to be honest. I don't have no. I just think. And I also think. Actually, I'm gonna hold my tongue, but I think he's steering a lot of fighters the wrong way. I don't mind him knowing that. I'll say it to his face.
Look it up. Right, let's move on. I want to get your opinion on something. I want to talk to you about Eddie Hearn versus Simon Jordan. I assume you've seen it or seen some of the clips. Give me your honest opinion. Did we learn anything new? I know you're vocal about this. I ain't doing it just to get it out, but did we learn anything new? And what do you think should happen next in terms of this? We're talking about corner fighting in UAE.
I'll be real. I have not watched it. Believe it or not. What day was it?
You not watched it?
I was doing something that day. I was training. Yeah. I woke up late. You know what I mean? Went to the gym, was training, didn't even think about it. I'll be real, like, that whole woo-woo, that whole woo-woo is boring for me. I'll be real, I've had my say. I feel like people that get caught with stuff in their system, I am told that I have to be accountable for everything in my system. Other fighters should have to.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off there, because I saw an interview you did with Boxing King Media, so shout out for him for that call. And you mentioned that with the system you're signed up with, everywhere you go, there's an app, and if you don't...
No, keep speaking.
And if you don't...
I need to update it. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I don't when you were getting a strike. You know, Boxing Social will look after you.
Play true. This is what I've got. James Moorcroft. Bend it down.
So you have an app, and if you...
I've got to sign in. Every single day, 365 days... 365 days a year, I have to tell them where I'm sleeping and give them an hour time slot and where I'm training every single day.
And if you don't, even if you don't fail a test, that's a strike against you, and 3 strikes and you're out.
So if they come at your time slot, it's a foul strike. So Tyan Booth tried to call it like saying I admitted to being a drug sheet, but he didn't. He couldn't do it with a straight face because everyone knows I'm not. What happened was, with a busy day, you know, I forgot to open this app. Look, I'm not going to say where it is. Next time slot tomorrow at 6:15. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Next quarter submitted Friday, March 23rd. I have got like a full-on GPS 24/7 that not many fighters get to. Only like I guess when they think, hold on, he's really quite good, let's get him on our full testing. I get blood testing, I get urine testing, sometimes both at the same time. I've had 6:45 in one morning and the next day 8 o'clock at night. So this is my reality. The one day that I forgot to update it because I was changing my car, driving to Centre Park, family, kids, sat there, fell asleep, woke up, remembered the next day, changed it for the next 2 days. Got a letter like I was a drugs cheat saying...
Is every fighter signed up to this? What specifically is this a voluntary one that you've just gone into yourself?
No, not voluntary. So at some point after being a world champion, before my first defence as a world champion, they contacted me, UCAD, saying, we don't know how you're so good, we need to look into it further, so we want to have an app. No, you're laughing. I've had to do 2-3 hour Zoom lessons. Yeah, and bear in mind, I just want to be a boxer. I'm rubbish at admin. I'm terribly lazy. Like
mistake costs you a lot.
Just to be a boxer, I have to wake up and fall asleep and let someone on the fucking internet know where I'm going to sleep. Yeah. If I click plus here, you will see a list of loads of addresses I've stayed in. Yeah, could you imagine what that looks like in the wrong hands?
Can't imagine.
That list would upset a few people. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's my life though. So I get offended, I get agitated, I get annoyed when fail test, go for 4 months, don't pull out, last minute pull out, not banned, suspended his own license, fight for millions of pounds in Saudi. I get pissed off to the point I'm ending this interview. But that's how pissed off I get. You know what I mean?
Okay.